This here is my wedding ring. It's a replica of Martin Luther's wedding band. It's not my original ring. It's one Linda gave to me on the 25th anniversary of my ordination as a pastor. You know that as of this past May, Linda and I have been married for 35 years. I know this is a little bit late to be doing a blog on it since our anniversary was in May, but there's a reason. Next week when you see this, we'll be in Italy having our 35th wedding anniversary trip, celebrating those years together. And so I thought it was appropriate for the blog while I'm gone to spend a few moments reflecting on our time as husband and wife. The verse I chose for this blog is the verse that Pastor David Cook preached on at our wedding. It's from Genesis 24, verse 67. Isaac knew his wife, and then he loved her. Now, I'm pretty sure that you won't find that in any modern translation. I'm pretty sure that was Pastor Cook's translation. But he really shocked us that day because he said to us he was pretty sure that we thought we were getting married because we loved each other, and he was equally sure that we didn't. Not yet. He was pretty sure, he told us, that at that point we really had no idea what it meant to love each other, but that we would spend a lifetime together learning. That's why he chose the text. First, Isaac knew his wife, and then he loved her. You know, Pastor Cook was right. What we called love at that point in our lives was really the romantic feelings we had for one another. Loving each other was something we'd learned to do as we lived life together as husband and wife. You know, that day we thought we really knew each other. Little did we know how little we knew. We have spent a lifetime getting to know each other. As we've had and raised children, as we've moved around the country and now around the world, as we've struggled to make ends meet, as we've argued with each other and forgiven each other, as we've celebrated birthdays and Christmases, as we've stuck with each other on some really difficult days, as we've cried at our parents' funerals, we celebrated our kids' graduations and weddings, as we've held our grandchildren. That's how we've gotten to know each other. That's how we've continued to learn what love is. See, it's not a feeling. Too many confuse romantic feelings with love. Don't get me wrong, those feelings are wonderful. But you can't live on a honeymoon forever. If that's the basis of your marriage won't last. Far too many get divorced because they don't feel that romantic feeling anymore. And so they move on to another relationship to try and recapture that romantic high. The one that always fades. It's not love. Love is what happens as you celebrate, as you're patient with each other, as you are forgiven by your spouse and as you forgive them, as you stick with and care for your spouse on the days when you feel great, on the days when you feel like doing just the opposite. Over time, you discover what I've discovered. God really blessed me when he brought Linda into my life. There's so many things she knows about me now. For example, she knows to be patient when I'm ranting and raving about something, because normally what that means is I just need to think something through out loud, and as soon as I've done that, everything will be fine. We love so many of the same things. We love to go for a nice walk, love to go out to eat, watch a good movie on TV, love to be with and play with our grandchildren. I bring Linda out of her shell. She keeps me from making a fool of myself more often than I care to admit. She instinctively knew what our kids needed as children, and my gift was when they were teenagers and older. Linda knows that I love surprises. And it takes me a while, but I've learned finally that she hates surprises. She's really good at buying clothes for me. And I know to let her buy clothes for herself because I'm not very good at that. Well, the best part is her faith. Now, I could point to how she writes and takes notes in her Bible. I could point to her love to listen to Christian music. But what stands out for me today is how she's handled each call and move in our life as a pastor and his wife. You know, on most of the calls I received, Linda, by her own choice, didn't go to visit those calls or those congregations with me. Oh, she helped me pray it through. She helped me wrestle it through. But for her, it was always in God's hands. And wherever he took us, that was fine with her. And so we moved from Missouri to Nebraska, from Nebraska to Texas, from Texas to Wisconsin, Wisconsin back to Texas, and now to Germany. In each place, God has blessed us in ways we could not have imagined. We've raised 4 wonderful children. They're adults now that we are so very, very proud of. 3 of them are married, one's in the seminary, and we've got 5 of the most beautiful grandchildren you could ever imagine. Through all of that, I have continued to learn more and more and more about Linda. And I've learned continually what it means to love her and to be loved by her. So Linda, happy anniversary. I think we're going to have a great week in Italy. I love you. I thank God for you. And I pray that God would give us many more years getting to know one another and learning to love each other.